the epic landscapes of New Zealand, and Old Mout's home of adventure, full of ancient forests, exotic fruits, and a very special animal, the kiwi. It's famous for being a national icon. New Zealanders are even named after this quirky bird. For 65 million years, the kiwi flourished in New Zealand. But when man arrived, so did many predators, and all of them cause havoc for the kiwi. Half of all kiwi eggs don't hatch, and only 1 in 20 of all the chicks that do survive to adulthood. In the last 80 years, the population has declined by 99%. So the situation for the kiwi is desperate. But the good news is there's a plan to turn their fortunes around.
And the really good news is, it seems to be working.
I've come on an adventure to New Zealand with Old Mout to meet the charity Kiwis for Kiwi. One of the projects they're doing to protect the population is called Operation Nest Egg.
So I've come into the forest with Michelle, who's going to rescue a kiwi egg. What's the plan, Michelle?
Well, we've had a camera on this burrow for a little while now, watching the actions of Mum and Dad, and we know the egg is getting close to hatch. So we're going to go in there and rescue the egg before it hatches and that little chick gets eaten up by predators.
Okay.
So I'm just going to carefully grab the egg out.
Wow, look at the size of that. And of course, every egg is really precious, because if we can rescue them
And raise the chicks in a protected area, then put them back into the wild, then we have a chance of turning around the decline of the kiwi.
So now we've got the task of getting this precious cargo back to the hatchery. So we made it to the hatchery and the egg is now safely nestled away in the incubator. It'll be a few weeks before it hatches. Once an egg is brought here, the guys at Rainbow Springs take on the role of Mum and Dad, working around the clock to ensure the eggs are at the perfect temperature. After they've hatched, they're brought in here to be hand-reared for a couple of weeks. And just a few days ago, they welcomed the first hatchling of the season, which is very exciting because I get to meet him.
Here we go, Michaela. Meet Tahi.
Oh, my word.
3 days old.
You are so cute. It's incredible. I mean, they really are mini-me's, aren't they? They're perfect little replicas of the adult. I know we're not allowed to have it out for very long, are we? Because obviously it's a very precious little chick. So
Absolutely.
Should we get the weighing done?
Yeah.
I mean, at this stage, it's all about bulking that little chick up. And you can see they're so tiny, so vulnerable. So 1 kilo is the all-important weight.
Oh, he's a bit of a long way off from that, isn't he?
He's a quarter of the way there, Michaela. Come on,
He's
give him a
3
chance.
days old. The little Tahi, you are our hope for the future. You've just got to bulk up, get to that kilo, be strong enough to fight off the stoats.
And maybe wake up as well.
It's clear Tahi would be extremely vulnerable in the wild. He'll continue to be hand-reared here for the next couple of weeks. But even then, it'll still be a while before he's strong enough to look after himself. Once chicks like Tahi are slightly older, they're brought to the kiwi nursery. These forests are full of tasty grubs and worms, perfect for a young growing kiwi.
And the whole place is protected by a predator-proof fence. There are quite a few chicks in here, so with the help of Rennie and the tracking device, we should be able to spot one.
Yes, we're getting a good signal in that direction for one of our kiwi called Manu.
These things are actually very difficult, aren't they, to pinpoint exactly which direction it is.
We think the bird has moved as well from one burrow to another.
He's clearly playing hard to get, isn't he?
Typical of a kiwi male.
Just like a real teenager, Manu has been out exploring all night, so finding his burrow wasn't easy.
Oh, you can see the hole, look. Yeah, you can see the hole. I wonder how far down he is. Could be quite a long way, couldn't he?
Just have a look at the torch.
There he is. Oh, look. That's so cool. Oh, sorry, little man. Oh, look, aren't you gorgeous? Oh, look at that face. Sleepy face. Look at the size of them. Hello, Manu.
So we're just going to weigh Manu now and see if he's ready to go back to the wild. By the look of him, I think he almost is.
Yeah.
So we'll see what the scales say.
Okay.
So Manu is 1,220 grams.
Oh, that's great, isn't it?
Perfect.
So he's now at the weight and size where he'd be able to protect himself in the wild. Fantastic. These fabulous, quirky little birds have been around for 65 million years. We can either be the generation that says goodbye to them or takes them from endangered to everywhere. Operation Nest Egg is working. It's increased the chances of a chick surviving to an amazing 7 in 10.
We can make a difference. We can save the kiwi.